All right, we've got some infrastructure here set up for clay tiles, our lime kiln for the mortar, and then stonemason still being built. But once we get all those supplies, we'll get our church upgraded, and that should help. That'll help satisfy the need for some of our tier 2 units, our burgage plots. Let's also get some veggie plots, and the reason being, I'm still concerned about food. I think unless we get rid of some of this non-food fields, then I still feel like we're going to be struggling a bit. So, all right, these are starting to come in. Let's go ahead and get our veggies prepped and ready. I don't think we're going to need too many veggies to support this. We'll probably end up having to make more, I think, fruit farms right here and these two, but we'll see. We have to give it a little bit of time and see how well they're doing. So there we go. These are all pretty much ready to go. We just need people to move in so they can start planning some stuff. We have 770 regional wealth, so we've got money to put them in. Maybe not all 5, but we can get a decent amount of them going as soon as we get somebody moving in. All right, let's start producing this stuff to upgrade the church. I want to get rid of this, and then we need to start moving this stuff out. It's been way too long. So we'll delete the granary, the marketplace, and the large storehouse, and we'll start having people occupy these permanently. And we need to relocate our mining operations, not relocate the mining, but the processing down here for metal. And I'm not 100% sure how we'll do it, but we'll do it somewhere in this area. And look at our repairs, it's starting to come in. I'm a little confused here. We don't have any trees back here. That seems not good. There's no trees right here, and there's no trees back here. I'm wondering if that's just a visual bug, or if we got completely screwed here in our setup. I usually don't do like this. I usually make them a bit wider, but this time I decided to try and do it like this, and I think I can see why I don't usually do it like this, because this is most likely bugged. They're not even using the full thing. Like, we could have had maybe 2 or 3 duplexes here instead of the 6, and that this whole thing would be filled, especially if we do different shapes and stuff. This looks really good. So the vegetables, no problem. The orchards, I feel like you need them wide, not skinny, because it kind of screws you over. I don't know. It could also just be this specific map. Maybe the way I know there's some weird things with the way they propagate, depending on what angle you are relative to the map. So like these kind of angle up just a little bit relative to the edge of the map. So I think that might have something to do with it. Hopefully it's just visual though, and we're still collecting a bunch of fruit from these. But we'll see. We got all of our processing going on here. Yeah, I mean, all over the place. We did get through the barley. We got through the flax, so we can pull these all off. Let's get these guys out. What are we doing now? So we still have barley, or we still have malt. So the brewer is still doing their thing. 22 in the last 30 days is not a lot, but I guess if you project that out by 12 months, it's 200. We should be able to process all that, no problem. Yeah, that should be no problem. And that might even be a little bit low. This guy, are you doing more than... Yeah, he's doing 13 in 30 days, so that for sure we need to upgrade. Let's get a second family in there in the tailor shop so that they can process this a little faster, because that's just way too slow. We're starting to get a backlog of linen, and we don't want that. So that is fine. We're still ordering oxen. We need a lot because we're going to have a lot more farms coming up soon. Actually, no, we don't want to get that set up yet. You know, there's some decent barley right here. We could do another farm setup right here. We have to relocate our communal oven and our windmill, which we were going to do anyways. So that was coming up soon. I'm going to start selling some of the barley, or not the barley, the ale. Let's sell some ale, because that is also going to start piling up. And this is actually a resource that does go bad. So let's keep maybe 100 in stock. We have to establish the trade route. We'll keep 100 in stock, and we'll sell anything above and beyond that. I don't know, is 100 enough? It probably is. We just need to make sure we need to have enough supply to cover from one harvest until the next, right? So like if we're using 10 a month, we need to make sure we have at least a full year supply. So that would be what, 120? I don't know how much we're using. Can we look at the records? So resources, ale, 12 months. 30 days, 12 months, 65. Yeah, so we're using 65. It's going to shoot up though. That number is going to shoot up. 100 is okay for now. We'll move it up later, but that'll at least allow us to get a little bit of revenue in, because we're going to have a huge spend here once we convert these, right? How much are these? 139. That's actually not that bad. That's not that bad. We've got three more duplexes that need to get filled in, and then we'll start getting families in here. I just realized I don't have a good spot for processing all this wheat. So I'm going to delete the windmill, get rid of the communal oven, and we're going to relocate it down here. Instead, this time we're going to use a bakery. Because I know you used to have to... well, hold on. So if we look right here, enables production of wheat and rye. You used to be able to have a perk that would double the amount of production from wheat. I believe they just made it standard with the bakery. So I'll have to test that out. I'm pretty sure. So maybe that's why our communal oven was not performing or why our food production was struggling as much as it was, because we didn't have an actual bakery. We just had a communal oven. So I think that's going to solve some of our food issues. And if that's the case, we can switch this back to like a normal, instead of having rye, we'll have, what do you call it? Barley. So we'll see. I need to test it out and see what actually happens there. But either way, we need to do this anyways. And it's a good time to get rid of that. We could also add some more farmlands down here. So if we look, there's some barley. This would be a decent area for some barley fields. Farmhouse. I don't really want to move that. I do want to move some of these things, so we'll make this look a little bit nicer. We need to relocate the fisherman hut somewhere. Probably just put it on this side of the river maybe, and then have this farmland. We need it out of the way. Flax. Yeah, so like right here would be good. We'll see. Well, let's get this stuff off the ground. Yeah, we'll get this off the ground. We'll figure out where to put all this stuff. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's right. That's a bloomery. So that needs to get relocated as well. Let's just demolish. And then what we can do is we can extend this road right here. Delete these houses, delete all these, and then we could probably get a second row of houses right here. So we'll put another row right here, get this corner filled with a house, and then a couple houses right here. Where are you getting your oxen from, though? This guy. Okay, yeah, they're back here behind the church. That's fine, because I can't put anything back there anyway, so that's a good spot. Do we want to get rid of the logging camp? I don't think so. I think it's fine right there. We could definitely squeeze some more housing in there, but I don't think that's really necessary. So yeah, we'll clean this up. We'll get this built out. July, August, September. We have a few more months. Yep. And what we could do if we delete these, actually, how are we doing on supplies? So we have 46 spears, 50 shields. That's fine. 51 tools. So we'll be fine until we can get this rebuilt. So if we just delete these now, these residents will have to move in. They'll be forced moved down here, which is good because I kind of want those to be filled in right now anyways. So let's go ahead and do that. You are getting relocated. Go find a new home. And then our joiner's workshop will rebuild. Okay, asking somebody to leave inside. All right, let's get this person out. There we go. All right, so that should have moved the families down here. Yep, there we go. You can see all the duplexes are filled. I don't see... Yeah, I see actually one family right here. Let's go ahead and get them producing cabbage. This saw pit doesn't necessarily need to be here either because we have a saw pit right here we can use. And it's still used at the same reserve. Yeah, 50 planks. Let's increase that to 100. 50 is not enough. So we'll delete that. Get rid of this road. And the stone well needs to stay, but that's fine because we already have it built into this backyard. I think that's reasonable. And then we need to delete this stuff. We'll probably do this towards the end of the year. I don't think right now is a good time to move all this stuff. So we'll leave it for now. Yeah, that's fine. We'll get this cleaned up. We'll clean it up. We'll get some more burgage plots set up there. And then we should be good. Get another veggie farm set up over here. I'm not going to upgrade these to duplexes just yet because we have some burgage plots that are going to need priority housing. Here we go. Yeah, like this one. This one needs to get filled ASAP so that we can actually make some food once the harvest season comes in. And this granary is going to be set up specifically for grain. So we don't want to take wheat sheaves or rye sheaves, so they need to get converted. We will take the grain, we'll take the flour, both kinds of flour, and then obviously both kinds of bread and nothing else. So we'll leave this just like this, I think. Double check. Yeah, there's nothing else that needs to come here. Also, we don't want to set up market stalls. Oh, you know what though? No, we don't. Yeah, we don't want to set up market stalls and we don't want to take the bread. We want the bread to go down here. We'll take all the other products though, the intermediate, because we want the bread to go down here so that it's faster to restock. So we'll set up one of these. This one is, if I remember, this is fruits. This one will probably be bread, and then maybe we can also do some of the secondary stuff that we're producing, like the fish and the mushrooms. That's fine, because it's kind of on this side anyways. All right, that looks pretty good. July, August, September. So we got about a month and a half before harvesting season. Let me get some of this stuff built and organized, and then we'll come back for the harvest. We are getting raided. This one's from the top of the map, so we have a little bit of time. July, August. Yeah, we should be fine. Let's prep for it though. Let's get some corpse pits set up. We'll try and take the fight right up here. Also, I think our brewer's not going to be able to keep up. Actually, 40 in the last 30 days is a lot. For some reason, we still have a lot of malt though. We'll give him another year, see if he can get caught up on that backlog. But otherwise, we'll upgrade and then get another level 2 family. Yeah, these guys are coming in hot. I guess we should probably just deal with that. Okay, here we go. Let's get these guys angled a little bit, actually, and overlapping, because I know they're going to try to flank. So we'll just form a nice little V. They'll try to charge in, and then we'll be ready. What are these guys doing? What are they doing? Okay, they're attacking. I don't know what these guys are doing, though. Okay, they've never done that before. So we're just going to have to deal with it. Are they coming back now? Yeah, they came back. Okay, so they're flanking us. Interesting. We dealt with one already. That's good. 2, there's another one broken. We haven't lost anybody yet. Nobody lost. And, wow, we didn't lose anybody. So that worked out pretty well. Did somebody... I'm kind of curious if one of our villagers, one of the women, if they got slaughtered while they were running. I don't think so. Okay, so yeah, I don't think we lost anybody for that raid. That was really good. Okay, let's clean up the bodies. Here we go, another cabbage. We got 2 more, and then we'll be fully stocked with that. And then we need to upgrade these houses. Still need this one to fill in as well, though. Yeah, we probably need that one sooner, because that food is going to be ready. It's going to be convertible sooner. Yeah, we need to get our farming group ready. So about 8 days. Okay, labor's distributed. We're just going to go with 12 again. That seemed to work out pretty well last year, and we had plenty of time. So I think an extra 3 fields shouldn't make that big of a difference. Here we go, harvest season. And more families are moving in, so let's keep getting our seeds planted. 1 more to go. All right, here we go. We should start seeing some harvest here, some yield. And of course, it's raining on our crops. Lovely. So we're going to lose a bunch. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, anyways, we'll deal with that later. What about pears? So pears are coming in nice, 83, 85. We don't have anybody here to collect, but we'll do that as soon as the harvesting season's done, because, well, actually, no, we can put somebody in there right now. That's fine. What about now? 102? That's not bad. And we're still like 2 to 3 years out from being fully grown on all of them. So not bad at all. And then the harvest itself, let's see, we've got about 10 days left. We still got a little bit here to collect. There they come. Yeah, we should be fine. Nope. Yeah, it's going to be close. I don't know why they neglected these fields. 4 days left. Yeah, we should be fine. So that's just about the perfect amount. We could probably fit 1 more field on here. Yeah, look at that. It's all done. We got basically 1 day left, 1 or 2 days left. And then we'll have an early start on the planting for next year as well. So there we go. That's all collected. New family came in. Let's get our final cabbage. That's done. Now we need this one to fill. Let's also upgrade... No, we're waiting on the brewery, so we don't need to do that yet. Let's make sure this gets upgraded as soon as they can so we can actually process the wheat. How much did we collect? 55 wheat sheaths. That's terrible. Do we still have stuff on the fields? No, we don't. What happened to our harvest? Damn, dude, did the rain kill all of that? Wow. We got 55 wheat out of that. That's terrible. Okay, we might have food problems then. I mean, it's good that we got our pears coming in. That's going to help for sure. But wow, okay. I don't know how to counter that. Like, what are we supposed to do? I don't know. We also need some medicine. Let's get some herbs. We'll allow... Yeah, we can allow those to go in here. I haven't even set these up yet. We have to set these up soon. Okay, how do we fix that then, man? That was a massive, massive difference. We didn't get any rye either. What happened to our rye? It's definitely not in transit. We just flat out didn't get it. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, I don't see anything else. All right, well, I got to think about that, because that could be a pretty big problem. It's not like we can construct anything to cover our fields, like once we finish picking them. Yeah, it's just luck. And we have it on the highest difficulty setting, so it's going to rain on our stuff a lot. We're going to get droughts, and it's going to rain on our stuff a lot. So we just got to deal with it, I guess. Okay, we got a family that moved in here. Let's get the burgage plot up to 2 and then convert that over. We've got 5 months of food supply, which is not a lot, but if we can convert 1 wheat sheath into 4 bread, that would be the ideal situation, because that would give us another 200 food. It would probably hold us over until next year, but it's going to be cutting it close. So let's see what they do. So we're collecting wheat grain. These guys should be converting. Not yet. All right, that one's ready to go. Let's get that turned into a bakery. And we got to keep an eye on it and see. So we have 11, 40, we have 48. So we should see about a little shy of 200 bread by the end of the year, if the numbers are accurate. So hopefully it gives us a 365. Ooh, mining pit is exhausted. Okay, good. Yeah, that's perfect. So we can pull the labor back for the clay. Clay is done. Are these guys done? Yes, we have rough stone collected. Let's turn that trade off. So we don't want that anymore. No trade. And let's go ahead and convert that over. Try and finish off all that clay so we can delete this. We can get this land back, upgrade our wooden church, and then we should be good to go. So are we getting anything here? Yep. We're starting to get wheat flour. What are these guys doing? Yep, they are starting to collect stuff. There we go. Come back with the carts. Perfect. So that's starting to work properly. The bakery. Come on. Yeah, I don't know what else we could be focusing on here. Well, I mean, for sure we need to process everything because we just got a boatload of stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's at least put 1 full malt house, 1 full weaver's workshop, and then see how that goes. Are we getting our numbers down here? 150 linen. How much are you producing now? 19. Actually, we should probably check the records. So if you come down here, Gambison, 160. That's not bad. And then a lot of that is getting sold. So that's where a lot of our money's coming from. 1,400 in the bank. Doing pretty good. Okay, I think next year will be a little bit better for food. We've got, I think the apples, our pears should be coming in at least on 2 or 3 of these. Our veggies should start coming in soon. You can see they've got most of this planted already. So we'll get a decent harvest from that. Here we go. Oh, that sucks, man. You have to micromanage between the two. But I can see immediately resource needed for crafting. So 1 wheat provides 4 wheat bread. So that is actually the case. I see why they reduced the amount that you would get, because you're probably going to want to get your bakery up as soon as possible. So I should have done this a lot sooner. This would have solved a decent amount of our food issues. And I'm not going to produce rye anymore because I don't want to micromanage back and forth between the two. So let's go ahead and turn rye off after this year. Yeah, I'm going to flip this to barley, even though it's not a good barley area. That's fine though. Yeah, no rye. We don't want to deal with rye. We'll just focus on wheat. So after this year, I'll try to remember to flip that. Gee, we didn't even get any rye anyways. Yeah, it all died off or disappeared in the rain or something. Okay, so we should start to see some bread here. And then we'll start putting it in here. Right, is this the one we want to have? Let's turn everything off. So this specific one, I think we'll take the herbs. We'll take the 2 kinds of bread, even though we're only going to focus on 1, but just in case we accidentally produce them, we'll grab that. The fish, because that's what's producing here, and then also the mushrooms. Why don't we go mushrooms and herbs? And I'm going to get the fish with another one of our granaries, this one down here. They can work on that because they're only going to be collecting resources once a year, once harvest is done. So they can at least do that in the meantime. So that'll work. So this looks like it's pretty good. Yep, I think we'll leave that alone. Throw a person in there. All right, there's a lot going on. I'm trying to remember everything, but I know I'm going to forget a few things. We don't really need metal for a while. We're still good on that, but we do need to get that working at some point in the near future because that could be another source of revenue. What else? There's a bandit camp we need to deal with at some point, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Yeah, looking at the harvest right here, or just the fields, so there's over 100 right here. And so the fact that we got less than 50 means we got completely shafted, just completely shafted by the rain. So what I'm going to do is increase the amount of farmhouses and the amount of oxen that are working, and then I'm going to keep the same amount of workers. Let's get another ox. Yeah, I think that's the best course of action, because if we get more farmhouses with oxen, they can pull the stuff off the fields as soon as it's collected, so we can get stuff off the fields faster. So it should be a 1-to-1. So for every 1 family, there should be a 1 associated ox with it. So 2 families, 2 oxen per farmhouse, and we were doing 12, so we need 6, right? We had 12 families, we need 6 farmhouses. 1, 2, 3, we need to double, essentially. So why don't we get, I know we were planning on using this for farm farmlands, but may not be able to do that. That may not be a good idea. Yeah, I don't know exactly what this is going to look like. I don't really want to put a farmhouse right here. I guess we'll probably put it down here, or we could put it up here. What is this? Is this good farmland? This is, oh no, flax and barley. Yeah, this is all decent farmland. Not great, but decent. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to double up on where they're at. So farmhouse, farmhouse, and another one down here. So that should be good for this area. We'll start to fill in more of these, and then we could just put farmhouses over here. And we have plenty of oxen, so I'm not too concerned about that. We've got 9 free. We've got more space to recruit some more, so we should be good. Also, we need to get these upgraded to duplexes, so we have enough labor. So that'll be 5 more families coming in, 5 more laborers. We also need to replace these houses up here and move all this stuff down. So I'm gonna try to do that this winter. I don't know if we can though. We still have a lot of stuff going on. So let's get these done. Make sure this is working properly. 180 in 30 days. Wow, this thing is flying. That's crazy. That's really good. All right, I should definitely have made that sooner. It's very efficient. And that's just one family. Okay, sweet. So let's go ahead and pull this windmill worker back. We'll start processing a lot of this other stuff. So we've got 291 flax to get through. So we definitely need to work on that. And then we need to finish building all these. So these are all upgraded to duplexes. That's good. Farmhouses are good. We need to upgrade them so that they can have oxen. So those 3. And then we need to keep buying more oxen. All right, I'm going to start moving these guys down. So let's move all this food. Oh man, it's on the floor. Yep, that's going to happen. Okay, let me go through all these and make sure we have everything covered. So we have bread and mushrooms here and herbs. We've got fruits and fish. This one is meat, and then we don't have one. What are we missing? Oh, veggies. Yep, this one's going to be veggies. So turn everything off, and then we turn back on veggies. But we need to have one person in each at least. There we go. So that'll be 4 stalls down here that we should have. We should see 4 stalls. You should have a stall. So let's allow him to turn that on. Yeah, there we go. 4 stalls. These guys also need to allow for stalls, so there's more. So we need to permanently occupy these to be able to handle all that. Now, what are we missing then? We're missing stuff that we're not producing, so I think that's okay. How do we get smoked fish? And Lebkuchen? I don't know how to produce these things. Is there something in here? No, it's just bread. Maybe it's not added to the game yet. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think we need to account for that right now. I think we're okay with what we have. So this should cover everything. I turned everything on for this one just because we'll organize it later. We need to get everything off the floor. So I'm gonna allow these guys to kind of do their thing. We definitely can't afford to lose that food, so hopefully they go up there and grab it. We've got 5 months of supply, and oh, it's snowing. Here come the carts. Yeah, here come the carts. They're gonna grab all that. Yep, it's getting damaged, so we're gonna lose a bunch of food. But what can you do? All right, so let's make the migration. Once these are emptied, I will clear everything out. We'll delete these buildings, and then we'll start building some more burgage plots up here. And looking at consumption, I don't know if consumption includes sales. Does that include sales? Okay, production, consumption, balance. Yeah, the problem is I don't know what that means. Does that mean only stuff that was drank, or does that also include things that are sold? Oh boy. And if we go to our trade records, we can go the last 365 days. It shows 132 sold. And if we go to our resources, yeah, definitely not. This definitely does not include that. We need to increase our reserve. So we're gonna lose. Yeah, we're gonna run out here. So let's go to like 150. We'll hang on to that. We've got plenty of money in the bank, so I'm not too concerned about that. I'm much more concerned about losing our approval because people don't have ale. We got another bandit camp. That's 2 now. So we need to clear those out soon. But I don't want to pull people away when we're right in the middle of migrating, or this is like the biggest, most important move here. All right, there we go. Those are separated. There's still some stuff on the floor. There's still some food in the granary here. And then there's still supplies here, but we'll get that taken care of soon. Also, we should probably work on upgrading a lot of these. Let's get our granaries maxed out here. Also, I just realized we have enough to upgrade our church. Let's go and do that while we have all this free labor. So that should take care of that. It also clears out some of these odd items. So 20 dress stone, 10 mortar, those will go away. Okay, these are all upgraded. Yeah, it's coming together nicely, actually. I'm happy with the way things are working out here. So we need 2 more families. Right, yeah, 2 more families and we'll have this done. I want to get these upgraded to tier 2 burgage plots soon, but we need to make sure that we're not going to completely tank our approval. So we got to be careful with that. Also, we probably need to build up some supply of timber and planks before we do that because it takes a lot of those. Why don't we let's increase our production limit up to 150 on planks. And then let's get another person to help with the logging camp. Get all this random stuff out of here. Yep, so limited work area. We'll have him clean up all these stray trees. It's messing with our windmill efficiency. What else? Okay, so these guys are collecting, it looks like. Yep, we're getting cabbage. Perfect. Okay, really nice. We have our cabbage collector down here. Please tell me you guys are grabbing cabbage. They should start working their way down there. Yep, here he comes with the cart. And then what's the medium spoilage? So it will go, oh boy, and if it rains, these things are going to get destroyed. So that's a problem. We might need to staff that one a little bit more. Oh boy, that's a lot of cabbage. The other thing we can do is increase the burgage plot level because that'll increase the pantry storage. So we'll probably end up doing that soon. I think maybe we'll upgrade these first because that's much more important than up here. These guys don't ever run into that issue. All right, please tell me we're not going to get rained on. It looks like it's going to rain, and there it goes. And it's destroying our food. All right, can't do anything about it this time, but yeah, there it goes. So weather just destroyed a bunch of stuff. And damaged by... wait, but the food stall shouldn't be damaged. That's all covered. Strange. Okay, I don't know. It's not a big deal. I think we have plenty of food. So especially with this coming in, we should be getting another couple hundred food a year, right? That was 50 this year alone by 1. And that's... so 250 food from that. Yeah, 125 already in storage. That's not bad. Okay, let me finish the migration here. We probably need to expand... well, what do we need to expand first? I don't want to expand the farmlands just yet because I feel like they're in a very comfortable equilibrium right now. Oh, you know what? We have a lot of labor in here. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Are we done? We're pretty much done with the flax. So let's free these guys up. We are done with the barley as well. If I'm not mistaken, we are. What we should probably do is switch this off of gambesons. We have enough money for now. I do want to start to produce clothing. I'm just concerned that it's going to disappear as soon as we produce it. Let's flip it over and see if it does. So this is 1 linen for 1 clothing. I'll set a limit here. No, it's not going to matter. If it's disappearing, it's going to disappear instantaneously anyways. One thing I did here is you can turn off accepting clothing in the place that's distributing it. And then you can build a separate warehouse just for it. And we should probably do that anyways because it's going to speed up the efficiency here. So if we put a storehouse directly across the street, let's get this thing dialed in here. So we'll put one right there. We have plenty of room to build more stuff over here if we need it. I don't know exactly what we'll put over here, but we'll have a dedicated storehouse just for flax, linen, and then whatever products are being done there. And then we're not going to allow food, the market stall setups. And what I'm hoping is the warehouse that has access to the market stalls are the ones that are destroying them when they collect. So maybe they'll go to this storehouse to get the clothing and put it in the marketplace. Maybe that'll keep them from destroying it. I don't know. Yeah, wishful thinking. I'm hoping that's actually the case, but it may not be. Also, I forgot to disallow everything here. So we're going to take everything out. We don't allow anything in these storage. And hopefully that allows them to come up here and take everything. We still got bread here. So we'll get these out. Let's put burgage plots in here. Church is pretty much done. Yep, there it goes. There we go. So the church is ready. That should satisfy this need right here. Perfect. Yeah, look at that. We're getting everything except for garments, which I'm hoping we can fix right now. Let's see. Are they producing them? They're producing and they're just stuck here. That's good. Are they ending up in here? They're not. Are they ending up here? They're not. Oh, crap, man. So we've produced 11. Only 6 are showing up in storage. So that's not a good sign. Let's keep an eye on it. Okay, actually, this is done. So we're going to turn everything off. The only thing we want produced here are going to be, or stored here, gambeson, clothes, flax, and linen. Everything else can go somewhere else. And let's put somebody in to work here. See if we can get that running. And then we need to turn all that stuff off here. So no more flax, no more linen. Yeah, no clothing and no gambeson. I think that looks good. Yeah, that's fine. So let's see how that works. Please tell me you're not just going to eat the clothing. And are we still piling up clothing here? Yeah, we're still piling clothing up. It says 16 produced. There's 11 in storage. I don't know what happened to that other 5, but whatever. So it looks like our workers are slowly taking the linen out and moving it over here. They haven't quite touched the clothing yet, and I'm concerned we're going to hit our limit. So let's upgrade this. And I hate that it resets your market stall setup. Do we still have storage? Yeah, we're going to run out of storage here pretty soon, so we got to speed this up.